What is going on, everyone, and welcome to the Aspect Podcast Network, the home of the Valyrian voice. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below to be the first to listen to our weekly reactions and other shows from the Aspect, including X-Men, Star Wars, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and more.
Alex, where do you think the show goes in season three? And are you excited for the next spinoff?
Um, okay. Yeah, I'll talk about the show first, I guess. House of the Dragon still. Yeah, I think that, well, first off, the premiere for season 3 should be the Battle of the Gullet. If it's not, I don't know what the hell's going on. But I also thought that that was what this episode was going to be, so what do I know? Um, so that I would wager we'll see, if not in the premiere, at some point in the goddamn season. Um, so seeing that will be cool. Hopefully we get the level of war that they hyped this season up to be, because we definitely did not really
I
get
mean,
that.
fingers
This
crossed.
this very much still was like, hey, prepare for war. Here's a small little taste of it, but prepare for war. And we just heard that all season. So actually getting to that, I think, will be exciting in season 3. One of my first thoughts after the end of this episode was that it is a good thing season 3 has already been greenlit. Um, they need to start work on that soon. That way, the wait is not like, I mean, it's still probably going to be 2 years because I think that they might start filming at the end of this year, maybe. But yeah, so we're not getting it next summer, so it'll probably be the summer after that because I'm sure they want to keep those summer releases still. So yeah, I mean, season 3 I think is going to be really, it'll be really interesting because of some of the major points that it has to hit and the things that are going to kind of explode and hit a breaking point with some of the characters. Some of the deaths that are going to happen are going to be a real shift for the show. And so I think that all of that unfolding will definitely be super interesting. I think that the show is going to have no point but to pick up its pace, which I think will be of benefit to the series as a whole. Like I mean, I would have, if you would have asked me 10 weeks ago, I also still would have said that the show this season was going to have no choice but to pick up the pace. So, maybe I'm wrong there, but I can't, it's so hard to imagine that the show continues at the pace that it is and has been for this season going forward. So that's good. And I'm interested to see how all of that unfolds because they really, like, all the pieces fully are on the table now, and even with the things that they've kind of like cut out and implied that they're not going to be tackling or really getting to, and the different things that they have set up. Um, so I think that season 3 has the potential to be really really good. I hope that it is. As far as like length, I'm really curious now because the way I was thinking a minute ago, as for the pacing and where I was imagining things that have to happen in the season, there's a really big thing that they were setting up in this episode and kind of starting to plant the seeds for and lay the groundwork for, that I think should happen early on in season 3, maybe before the middle of the season or maybe at the middle of the season, that I could potentially see them not having happen until the end of season 3, which I really think would maybe be a mistake, but I don't know. Um, so I think it'll be the same way that it was interesting to see and speculate this season about what major milestone they were going to get to by the end of this. I think that that question is going to remain as the show goes on. It's like, oh, well, how far are they going to get into it, right? So I think that'll definitely be the case still. I know that a long time ago, George R. R. Martin had said, it was whenever season 1 was still like in production, but he had said that he believed that it would take 4 full 10 episode seasons to do the Dance of the Dragon story
Story
justice.
justice. Hmm.
And I would lean towards agreeing with that. I mean, obviously he's the dude who wrote it, so like I feel like he has a pretty good idea. Um and yeah, I think that that makes sense. I think that now, especially like if you keep with that, yeah, I mean, they're going to be packed from here on out, which I think would be, I'm praying that we get 10 episodes for season 3 instead of just 8. I really
Hopefully.
don't want
Well,
it to be
eight was a
given.
strange decision.
8 was so weird because so much of it, not that much happened. And so It's just I don't understand. I don't really understand that. But yeah, so that's my main season 3 speculation. I don't want to speculate too much on specific character arcs and things like that because well, I know generally where the character arcs are going.
Exactly.
So that's less of a like I know the big things are gonna hit and like so that's less exciting to speculate on. I guess I can speculate on some of the like other stuff that they've set up that's like not hinted at the books at all. Um, but that's fine. I think broad strokes again, it's just the same thing of like where they're gonna end up. That's interesting to kind of think about. But yeah, as for the spinoff too, though, I am excited for that. The I wasn't really that interested at all about it before. I mean, it's a Game of Thrones thing, so of course I'm like interested on that level. But like, I haven't read the book for this one, and haven't really been that interested in
Either
reading
way,
the book
what I
either.
don't even know what this is about.
It's
If
just
I'm gonna be
a
super honest.
it's just a random knight who has a squire that is actually Aegon the so I don't remember which Aegon he is in the line of succession. It's like what it's after the dance though. It's like way closer to the show time.
Right.
Um, but it's just like their adventures across like Westeros. Essentially, it's supposed to be I don't want to call it a lighter tale, but like in the scale of things. It's a more singular and like insular thing. But the like 8 seconds of footage that we saw, I mean, it looked really good. It looks like a Game of Thrones production, which is pretty solid. So I think that that'll be. I'm more excited for that than I was before seeing the teaser. So good job there, HBO. That's I think coming out next year. I don't remember the exact release date for that one. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, neither do I.
definitely interested in it. But what do you speculate for season 3? And are you excited for the Night of the Seven Kingdoms Duncan Egg? I believe is what the full title is. Spinoff.
Am I excited for season three? Yes. The more that we talk about this, the more that I think that maybe 4 seasons might not be enough. And you did say that George R. R. Martin says that to really do the story justice, you do need four seasons of 10 episodes. That's if we stick to the source material. There's still that possibility where we don't. And if that happens, we're gonna go into a bunch of what ifs, or if 4 seasons are enough, if the remaining seasons are gonna have 10 episodes. There's also that. Like there's been an issue established with season two that the showrunners clearly have next to no sense of pace. It kind of makes me worried for season three
Yeah.
and maybe season four even. But you know, I have high hopes. As for the other spin-off, like I said before, honestly, like I'm not even really a fan of spin-offs, and I feel like this is just milking the Game of Thrones cow
There's like
to the
7
max.
spinoffs in development. There's this one,
Yes,
there's
no, that I
the
saw. There's four animated and three live action, and I'm eager to hear about all of them. But could you really not have any better ideas than to, you know, give us the story of Duncan and Egg?
I think it's
Like
cuz that's
Duncan
one of the
Egg.
few books that's actually like that's one of the other finished books. Like I'm pretty
But
sure
still, like, could we not see a show about maybe Robert's Rebellion, or something like that?
Robert's Rebellion
I
would be
know
cool.
Robert's Rebellion would be fantastic. I think it would trump
I'm really
pretty much any other thing.
I'm really excited. Robert's Rebellion would piss me off though. Hate that guy.
I get it, but
Piece of
still,
shit.
the entire
I mean, it'd be really good.
the
It'd be
show
it'd
itself would
be
be so
good.
fantastic.
It's a
We would see
really good
Robert
story.
Baratheon, and it would be, and we would see
Yeah.
Robert Baratheon in his prime. For most of the Game of Thrones fan base, we just see this guy who just loves to drink and cheat on his wife and hump whores.
Yeah,
You know
just
what I
be
mean?
just be the worst generally. um
Like he's
yeah,
just not super
Robert's Rebellion
great
would be
in
cool.
it would be. He's a great character, and he has a lot of lore. A lot of it is not super honest, but it's a lot of lore.
Um, that'd be cool. And they're doing Aegon's Conquest, which I can't wait for. Slash him
That's gonna be
simultaneously.
so good.
Yeah, that's I'm really excited for that one. They're doing Queen at Nymeria and her 10,000 ships. I'm excited for that also. Um, the animated ones, I don't think we have any. If I don't think we like know what any of the animated ones are about.
There's
One
been
of them
yeah,
better.
I think that was the first that they mentioned of.
One of them better be the Doom of Valyria, because there's no
Oh,
way you
that
do
would be
that in
so
live
good.
action. There's
Yeah,
no
you
way.
can. Mhm.
So, but it would be phenomenal as an animated project.
No,
Like
it would be. It would be. I totally
that'd be
agree.
that would probably be like, if that's done the way that it should be, that would hands down be my favorite Game of Thrones project. Like, are you kidding me? All of the dragon houses. I just started thinking about a stupid reverse pun from the House of the Dragon name, because I was saying all the dragon houses and like the dragons of the houses, or just something terrible like that. Um,
I kind of get what you mean, though. Yeah.
yeah, no, but so there's so many. To your point, though, there are so many projects that they have in development currently. It's not going to stop. It's just,
I mean, hey, as long as they keep putting out quality content, like I'll be there to watch.
yeah, it's so bad though, because I had the thought while I was watching some of this episode, and I was just feeling not completely there. I was like, man, this is sort of and there's another IP and franchise that's about to catch a major stray. But I was like, oh, this is kind of how I feel watching a lot of the like new Star Wars stuff, and it just is not
Oh,
warm.
I can
I
see where
just
you're
like
coming from with that. Yeah, yeah.
I just like why? And I was like, oh, is this the Disneyfication of the Game of Thrones universe? I don't like this, and it's still
Yeah,
different. I
I
think
get
I
that.
mentioned this in a separate comparison event at a different point, but that like the production of this is still just like this is an HBO show, which thank God for that. Thank God for that. But yeah, apparently the two animated shows are the Nine Voyages of the Sea Snake
And
and
Golden
Golden
Empire.
Empire, which is I forget.
Nine Voyages is not bad. Being seen, we hear a lot about the sea snake, but we don't really see
His Nine Voyages.
much of it. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good
that would
one.
be nice. Yeah, that's a good. That is a good one. I'm on board with that.
Um, yeah, I don't know. We'll see where the I this season did not leave me with a great feeling of optimism. Unfortunately, I am. I was pretty not happy when the credits first rolled on this episode. I can't lie. I was like, oh, okay.
I knew it was coming because I checked the timer on the episode because when like I said when Rhaenyra and Allison were talking and I saw there was like 8 minutes of them. I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah.
they're actually
Oh,
gonna get this.
I'd been checking the time, and I was like, all right, we still got like 30 minutes to get through this battle of the gullet. That's fine. And then we got to like 20 minutes, and I was like, they're really pushing this if they want to like. And then I got to like
Everything's
15
fine.
minutes, and I was like, we're not. I was like, there's literally no way now. And yeah, I was like, okay. And I got to
And
that point.
then
There's like 7 minutes left. I was like,
we'll
cool.
uh
This is fine.
we'll recoup and fanboy about this pretty hard in 2 years.
Maybe we'll see. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because we'll have trailers and stuff for season 3 by then, I'm sure. So we'll be like, dude, I love it. Is okay. This pissed me off. The fact that the shot of Darren and I'm blanking on his dragon's name now, the blue dragon, um, Tessarion. Um,
Is it this area?
I yeah, I'm
I,
pretty sure it
I
is.
I could not have guessed that honestly.
But the shot of him that we saw last week that was like next week in the finale is literally just the one shot of
The
them that's
same
in the
shot.
finale. It's the only
Just like,
shot
hey,
from the
listen, man,
finale,
I'll
and
be
it's
here the
during the
same time
trailer for
next week.
season 3. Like it's during the montage that makes up the last 3 minutes of the episode, and it's just the one shot that we saw of them flying above. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you serious? Like I thought we were gonna see them in battle. I thought it's
at least an introduction to him. You know what I mean? Like we
No, we
see
still
the
haven't
guy
even seen him.
is,
We
but
like
we haven't seen him
you
yet.
don't you straight up don't see him. Like he's on Dragonback, but we can't see him. It's too far and the angle is off. It's ridiculous. I could not believe that they did that. I was like, are you kidding me? We're not even whatever, man. Sure. You name dropped him in an episode like 3 or 4, and we
And he
don't even.
didn't bring him up ever since. I know. I mean, Allison Pratt brought him up to Sir Gawain once. Um,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's when he got name dropped, and then
yeah,
he's mentioned, like Corliss mentions him in this episode to Rhaenyra when during the I will this was pretty like somewhat slick exposition whenever they're like talking about all the dragons and he's like, and you forgot 3, and they like say the names in a way back and forth that's like to let the audience know the names of the people and the dragons involved and whatnot. But they mention him then in this episode, and it's like, okay, we still don't even see him though. I mean, like we see him technically, but yeah,
we don't.
I
So
I
I
just
get
could
it.
not
You know,
believe I could not believe that they did that. The same shot from the trailer, whatever. Um, but yeah, we'll see how season 3 ends up being. It'll be an agonizing wait, and I'll
it will.
it,
It will.
the return will be met with anxiety because this season was
Absolutely.
fine.
Absolutely.
I didn't think that I would be this disappointed after a season of something Game of Thrones related after season 8, but here we are.
Here we are.